Good evening, folks. This is a short take, and tonight we're going to help Tulsi Gabbard out with her obvious confusion about the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
So you guys,
over to Dave.
you guys might not know, but I have a master's degree in elementary education, and we're going to have an elementary lesson into the Constitution and the First Amendment and actually what the actual amendment says. This is just a grade school website that I found. It was a resource from Ducksters, one of those cute little ducks there. And it covers preschool all the way to 8th grade, but this is a pretty elementary explanation. And we're just going to go right to the text of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech, the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now, let's go to how Tulsi Gabbard, who, by the way, was a member of Congress.
That means absolutely nothing because
This is
how the fucking Department of Government work.
This is what, she was part of what the First Amendment is protecting us from. So this is just her on her show. She was interviewing someone, which I'll get into in a second. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights serve as the foundation for who we are as a country. The First Amendment guarantees our right to free speech. Now, protects us from our right to use free speech when the government tries to take it from us. That's what it doesn't keep private businesses necessarily from letting someone go. She is talking about interviewing Jennifer Say, or Jen Say, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Jennifer Say was a candidate to lead Levi's. Then she started tweeting. This was a New York Times article by Sapna Maheshwari, March 25th, 2022. And the basic gist of this is that she was a high executive. She was poised to be CEO of Levi's. And then she became controversial for posting anti-vax tweets and political tweets. People started realizing who she was, started boycotting Levi's, and she eventually left the company. And then made a stink about it and saying that her First Amendment rights were violated. And I say to her, and I say to Tulsi Gabbard, that's a free market. That is not a violation of free speech. So I'm just saying, just like, as I said in the previous video, just like these people are exercising their right to free speech. SorryAntiVaxxer.com. Take a look at it. A lot of former anti-vaxxers who became very sick or died, and many of them pulled back their anti-vax views. Some of them held on to them. Diamond and Silk is in here, but I believe at this point there's thousands of these entries. So at this point, Deb and I, our point of view on this is that anti-vax speech with no data whatsoever is not free speech. It's harmful speech.
It's a public health hazard.
It's a public health hazard. Now, it's a hotly contested and legally debated topic, but that's where we're going to go every single time. We have done years of research on this. When we first looked at it, We were like, wait a minute. Andrew Wakefield said that he's looking into it. No, Andrew Wakefield was a fraud, is a fraud, along with many of them. Deb did a series on it.
Listen, let me just say what this is. We have always had in this country, even going back to smallpox, undercurrents of people who didn't want to get vaccines. It's not like this is new. However, the way it has been amplified over COVID-19 is new. And the way it has been used as a political game is new. Okay? Many of the people on the anti-vax circuit are people who sell vitamin supplements and other products that they have fraudulently told you will keep you from getting it. I had one guy, when it first hit, tell me to go out and buy a water ozonator because 8 plastics of ozonated water a day would keep me from getting it. I did buy an ozonator because I wanted to see what the fuck they look like. Okay? They look like water, like pure water filter containers. Okay? And the only place you could get them was China. So I got this thing and I looked at it because I wanted to see. It cost me $10, all right? I wanted to see what the fuck it looked like. And I said, there is no way I'm getting this thing from China, knowing what I know about how they make products. And I'm putting water in it and I'm drinking it. It ain't happening.
Not only is it a way to make money, it's a galvanizer for the right.
It is. It was right from the very beginning. That whole line of crap about medical freedom. You know, now we have parents not vaccinating their kids in school. So now we have polio outbreaks. And we had a measles outbreak in Ohio. 85 kids get measles. Measles was eradicated, folks. Okay? It was eradicated. Now, that crisis is over. But if more and more people refuse to vaccinate their kids, we're in big trouble here. Public health will go right down the toilet. I can tell you this right now. If I ever lived in a state where vaccines were optional, I would not send my kid to public school. I just wouldn't.
Right. And by the way,
I'm sorry, my kids were fully vaccinated. They're all still alive, 26 and 22 years old. We're good.
Where's the medical freedom for the parents of transgender kids? Where's the medical freedom for women who want to get abortions? Stop. This goes both ways. Okay. Goes both ways.
A lot of this started with the ridiculousness of the military is going to show up in your house and force you to get a vaccine.
Right.
That never happened, did it? No, it didn't.
No, and forced lockdowns. We heard that in New York. Enough. All right.
We're done.
We're good.